This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, friends. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my goodness. Look at all these people.
Good morning.
I'm going to give it a couple minutes before I start. Oh, faces.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Jessica. How are
How are
you?
you?
Good.
Mr. Vasquez.
I'm
here.
Hey, Beth.
Look at this. Love it.
Look at people. That's
Bringing
fun.
everybody to church.
So good. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. It's my first sermon. I'm going to talk to the people.
Don't be nervous.
I know it's different than like leading like a group meditation, right? Like, you know, how many meditations and like sound ceremonies have I led? But doing like a weird Zoom, this is my first like Zoom. It's so weird, but also very cool to see all these people. Like, you know, we got Dr. J who's in San Diego, which is so cool. It's so nice to have people from everywhere. So I'm going to give it maybe 3 more minutes and see. Is everyone cool with that? And then we'll kind of start in. I see you, Margaret. Oh, muted and off camera. How's everyone feeling on this gloomy New England Saturday? I was going to say Sunday. It's not Sunday.
Feel a
I
little
don't know.
better
It's
now.
raining. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I feel better now.
Good. Good, Vaz.
It's rainy in Virginia, so rainy weather usually makes me just sleepy and really don't want to do any housework or.
Yeah. It's rainy here in Boston too.
It is. It's really yucky here today.
Yeah. So.
April showers bring May flowers.
I mean, do they?
Allegedly.
Hi, Felicia.
Oh, hey, Felicia.
Margaret, don't text me. I will call you out, even via text. You don't hate me. You can be in your pajamas. That's like the best part about a Zoom is you can be off screen, you can be in your pajamas, and you can still be gathered. How cool technology, you know?
Pants are totally optional.
I am not wearing pants. I'm wearing a robe, and that is why I'm off screen.
Yes, Felicia. Get it. I mean, who knows? I could not be wearing pants either. No one knows. It's amazing. I mean, I'm definitely wearing pants.
You're in your office. You're so wearing pants. Don't
I mean, but there's no one else in my office. I could not.
You could have lost the pants. Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
You never know. Got to get comfortable to meditate, right?
Know.
All right. I guess we're going to start. I wrote mine, so I'm going to read my sermon. But for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Nicole. I am the Minister of Holistic Practices over at Fifth Element, more lovingly or maybe annoyingly known as the Minister of the Woo, which it's annoying to me, but you know, I know it's out of love. Jess likes to call me the Minister of the Woo. I run a private wellness practice just south of Boston in Massachusetts. Specialize in myofascial bodywork, spiritual coaching, integrative somatic trauma therapies, shadow work, and inner child support. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I do sound and vibrational healing, shamanic journey work, guided meditation. I practice Western and Egyptian alchemy and herbal folk magic. So I do a lot of things, and sometimes I do them all at once. When I was thinking about what I was going to talk about today, I was kind of at a standstill. And then I had a coaching client come to me who had just recently come back from a trip abroad. They were struggling with not feeling like themselves. And it seems like a lot of my spiritual coaching clients very specifically come to me when they are on the precipice of great change. They're ready to release old patterns, stuck feelings, old trauma, and step into a newer, more authentic version of themselves. But when we go to make those changes, we're often met with resistance. So this client and I, we talked about how being abroad in a place with no triggers or history or baggage allowed them to try on this new self, this authentic self. But that in coming home, to their triggers, baggage, and emotional history, they were left kind of feeling in limbo, no longer wanting to go back to that old self and those old patterns, right? But not kind of knowing how to move forward and stay forward in that change. Some of life's most painful moments are those in which we find ourselves in the in-between, in the limbo. So one chapter of our life has ended, be it a job, a relationship, a living situation, but the next chapter remains kind of unclear. We know where we want to go, but we're not really sure how to get there. We can see it. We're not there yet. And so it's easy in those moments, and I mean, we can be honest with each other, like sometimes those moments stretch into months or years even, to feel lost or alone. And what I've come to learn in my own personal experience, as well as in working with clients, is that more often than not, it's the fear of the actual passage that keeps us trapped in situations that no longer serve us. Our mind and our body, they show up for these situations even after our spirit has moved on. And when I was writing this, a quote from one of my favorite authors, Anais Nin, came to mind, and it is, and the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. I love that quote, and I quote it a lot, actually. I just got some full body goosies. One thing that I've learned over the years is that whenever we find ourselves evicted from a situation, it's because we're being invited into something bigger and better. Except that in-between space, in the unknowing, there tends to be a delay. And so what we really need to do is learn to honor the space in between the no longer and the not yet. Transitions can't be rushed. It's a lesson of, the chrysalis. We shed the cocoon when we're ready to fly and not a moment before. And we also need to keep in mind that at any moment we can wake up to the change that we're in, using embodiment tools, becoming truly aware and looking through the eyes of awareness. We get to see and learn that we're actually safe, and that in this present moment, we are exactly where we're meant to be. When we wake up to change, it's helpful to first determine where we are in the natural cycle of our transition. So then we can dig more deeply into the experience, and ultimately we'll feel at peace with the past and excited about the creation of moving forward. So transitions are really important in our life, and change is an inevitable part of the human experience. We really often fail to recognize the importance of moving through these changes consciously with awareness and attention. It's easy to push aside the emotional experience of change, and a lot of times we set aside the experiences in order to move on. But eventually the emotions and the experience catch up with us. A lot of times they lay dormant for a long time and show themselves in ways that are often destructive or destabilizing. And so it's essential that we honor transition, that we take the time to move through the experiences that have created change, and to mine this change in order to discover the gifts that are contained within. Those are gifts of truth and love and support. So in a few moments, we're going to begin our meditation. I'm going to have Jordan kind of start the music. People can go off camera, off screen, get comfortable. And when we're done, if people would like, there will be space to kind of share the experience or how you felt. No one is required to share. This is not an in-person event where I will stare you down and make you uncomfortable to share, as I often do. Jess knows, Felicia knows. But no one is required to share. But if you would like to, there will be time at the end of the meditation to share. So, Jordan, whenever you're ready, I'm ready. So we're going to begin the meditation by setting out on the essential journey of moving from head to heart. We shift our focus and our attention away from thoughts, away from the belief patterns that have created our experience, and into the space of possibility, the space of truth, and of deep knowing that exists within our heart. Bring your awareness to your breath. Breathing in deeply, first filling your belly and then your lungs, holding for a few moments at the top, and slowly releasing your breath to exhale, to let go, Doing this for 3 full belly breaths. Breathing in relaxation. Breathing in ease and comfort and compassion. Breathing in kindness and understanding. In love and deep acceptance. And as you exhale out of this space of your heart center, feeling these gifts spreading through your body out in all directions, bringing with them comfort and relaxation. Softening into your muscles, into the bones, into the joints, bringing a sense of ease, a sense of softness into every cell of the body, enlivening, and at the same time, bringing peace and bringing softness. Continuing to breathe in and bring in these qualities of compassion, of acceptance, of love. And as you exhale, continue to spread these qualities and these feelings into you and through all parts of your body, extending out even beyond the edges of your physical form to fill out your energetic body. As this breath cycle brings comfort and relaxation into the body, we have an opportunity to reflect on transition. The breath itself being transitional. Every inhale brings with it new beginnings and new possibility. The space between, the pause, allowing the breath, the energy of life to circulate through the body, to bring with it possibility, sustenance, and nourishment. And with every exhale, we release and we let go. The cycle then begins anew, starting again. Every moment is transition. Every breath, a letting go, a new beginning. Just as it does not serve you to hold your breath for too long or to focus solely on an inhale, so it is the same with transition and change. We must let go of. We must bring in nourishment to welcome the new. And we don't let go by ignoring or pulling. We place just as much attention, just as much focus on the surrender of the out-breath as we do the pause and then the in-breath. Because all are essential parts of the cycle. Continue to breathe and continue to feel and reflect on this cycle of transition. Let's now begin to extend the pause in between the inhale and the exhale. holding at the top of your inhale and holding at the bottom of your exhale. Continue that cycle for a few rounds. This type of breathing, holding at the top and then holding at the bottom, is known as box breathing. And it's a reset for your body and mind. It actually shifts your nervous system actively out of sympathetic nervous response and into one of healing and of rest. To pay attention to the pause, to allow yourself the full experience of the cycle, of the transition, is to offer your body and mind such possibility for rebalancing, for returning to truth and to creation. Everyone has either recently gone through or is going through a change or a transition. And so now I invite you to shift into the process of inquiring into the experience that has led us into this transition. Every change, every shift in our circumstance is necessary for an ending. A letting go of what once. The more that we placed our hopes and our dreams in what was, the more we experience a sense of loss, a sense of grief, of letting go. The inquiry into the shifts, into the changes, the natural transitions in our life helps to bring closure, to offer a sense of acceptance, a sense of kindness, and of trust. It helps us also to hear more clearly our heart's guidance. This then opens the way forward. It allows us to spend our time, energy, and focus in the present moment, in the space of creation. And so I welcome you again to place your attention in your heart center and to activate the energetic center of both your energy body and also your physical body. This center is the connection between your external and your internal world. It is the connection to your soul's truth. Setting the intention of bringing forward from your subconscious into thought that which may have been hidden. And shifting again to bring up an experience in your mind's eye of change that you've been going through. I urge you to really consider the experience and how it has or is currently affecting you in your life. And now with this experience active in your energetic body and perhaps even in your emotional and physical body, I invite you to ask, there will be 3 questions, and after each, there will be space for silence and quiet reflection. This space is where you can really let your heart speak and to allow your heart to share its wisdom with you. The first question, how did or is this change affecting my body, my mind, and my perception of life? And now, what do I feel is still unresolved from this transition? How can I find resolution? Again, allowing your heart to speak. If uncomfortable feelings arise, I urge you to sit with them and lean in. And finally, what did I learn from this change? What gifts have I been given in this transition? Knowing that you can return again to these questions at any time, I now offer you the opportunity to connect with your heart wisdom, with the offering of possibility, of creation. Connecting to your heart's guidance to allow what is unfolding now in this present moment to be revealed. And in this next space of silence, I offer you a suggestion to take this time to listen, to open up to your heart's guidance, to hear the wisdom and the gifts it has as you move through this transition. And as we begin now to close the meditation, it's time to offer the deepest gratitude to your heart's wisdom, to this offering of truth that is being gifted to you now. I'm a firm believer that life happens for us and not simply to us. that this gift of learning, of curiosity and play is ours every moment. And every time we choose to look through the eyes of possibility. And so I offer you this same perspective. To see this change, this transitionary period, not as loss, but as the gift that it is. The contribution that this change offers to your present moment experience and to the richness of your life. All of the lessons you have learned, to all of the relationships you have grown to cherish, to the intimacy that continues to develop. And I also offer you the perspective of your own growth, of your own continued unfolding, as this change is helping you to become more and more of who you are in your essence, becoming a greater reflection of your true inner being. And now let us close this meditation together, offering gratitude and thankfulness for all that has led us to this present moment. May we open to the possibilities, to the true offering of creation that is seeking to emerge now, through, and as us. As it is, and so shall it be. And when you are ready, you can bring yourself back to the room and take your time. I'm going to offer a few moments to just shift back in. And if anyone wants to share how they're feeling right now, they can, though you are not required. I will urge that when we end this Zoom, that you take some time to maybe write down your experience. Writing things is really a wonderful way to manifest into the physical plane. So to really help integrate that transition and that change, to put it down on paper. I feel good. I was nervous and now I'm not nervous, so that's good. But if no one wants to share, we're going to close it out. And I will quickly say that Becky is up next week at 11 a.m. for our next Saturday sermon. She's going to talk about how we can use our triggers from our children to help heal and integrate our inner child, which is so great. I'm really looking forward to that one. It's as a parent, I'm always triggered by my children. And I love this. We also have our first in-person event coming up on Earth Day, April 22nd. That's super exciting. So for all of the people in the greater Boston, Massachusetts, New England, if you want to travel a little bit region, we are meeting at 10 a.m. at Grapefruit Farm. It is a state park in Carlisle, Massachusetts. There are a lot of really cool trails. Considering it's family friendly and there are little children, we will be doing the easiest trail. It's called the Acorn Trail. We'll do a little walk, little scavenger hunt for the kids. It's a working dairy farm. There is an ice cream stand. That's what sold me, was the ice cream stand. So that is April 22nd at 10 a.m. in Carlisle, Massachusetts. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. It was really fun. I'm really excited to do my next one in a couple weeks. If anyone has questions, I'll be here for like another minute. If anyone else wants to say anything, any of the other
Thank you, Nicole. That was amazing.
Awesome.
I had this really cool vision. I was sitting by a river, and the grass was brown. Well, you know, like it was in the coming out of winter, I guess. And I've been told I have a Indian guardian angel, but I was wearing these horns with a bear cloak, but then it transitioned to maybe an elk cloak. But it was just the message was just, you know, be grateful for Mother Earth and what's around, and everything has its natural cycle, and just trust that. I feel like I try to control a lot of the change that I'm going through. And so I feel like I just need to open up my heart. The person who led the meditation was just so beautiful, and just trust and just know that I have guidance through this change. So that was really neat.
Awesome. A lot of people try to control their change. And we want to rush the process. And that kind of is what gets people moving backwards, right? We have these old patterns we want to get out of, and we want to move into this new thing, but we don't allow the space in between. And that's where we practice the pause. That's where we do all the integrating. That's why so many people like fall off the wagon, or it's because they don't actually give themselves the time to transition through. So I'm really glad that resonated so much with you, Marian.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any of the ministers have any news or things they want to share?
Does someone want to drop the donate link in if anyone would like to make a donation today?
Oh yeah, I can
We do accept donations.
Thanks, Becky.
You're welcome.
Awesome. And this is recorded and we'll have it up. So if you guys want to share this, that would also be wonderful.
Oh, hey, Ryan. Becky's son, Ryan. I love him.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining. And I will see you again soon.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Nicole.